is my fruit stand example, which was analogous to the employee dictionary. But I've got some new things going on here. So I've got a file name where I want to save my data. And this is how you would implement Pickle in a situation like this. So I have a file name. The only reason I created this variable with this string is so that I don't have to type this over and over. I can type this instead. You don't have to do that, but it makes sure that you're using the same file name throughout, which is kind of nice. So I've created a function called save data, and it takes a data object. And you can see here, I've got Pickle, open the file name for write binary. So I'm opening that file. It's just a plain text file. And then I'm using Pickle dump the data object that I pass in as a parameter into that Pickle, that file object, and then I close it. Remember, I always close the refrigerator door after you get the milk. And then I just print data saved as feedback for the user. So that's it. To save the data, all I do is call save data, and I send it that object. It'll save whatever's there. And since I'm using write binary, it will just overwrite whatever was there before. It'll just save it right on top of it. Okay. I don't have a loaded data because I'm only loading data one time in the whole program. Okay, so when I start the program, this is the routine that I use. And I really only need this the first time I run the program. Because what it does is it looks for the file. And if the file exists, it opens it and it loads the data into the dfruit variable, which is my main dictionary variable for the whole thing. And then it closes that file. So every time it finds a file that exists, it does this. The first time I run the program, the file doesn't exist yet. So it has to create the data from somewhere. So I have it create the data manually, which is what I did before, right? Before, every time I ran the program, it would create this data manually and start at this point. Now, this is what it uses only the first time I run the program. After that, it's going to always load the file. And it will load the file with whatever changes I give it. Now, there's only one more piece here, and that is where am I using save data? So save data appears inside the add fruit. I don't need it when I list fruit because I'm not changing the data at all. So when I add a fruit here, the last thing I do before I return that data is I save it. So I'm saving it there. And every time I remove a fruit, again, before I return the data, I save it. And that's it. Now I have a program that will actually do this. So if I look for fruit pickle, I've already got it because I already ran that program once, but I'm going to delete it. So I'm running this for the first time as far as it knows. So if I run this and I list the fruit, there's what's there. Let's say I want to add a fruit. FR4, grapes, 20 cents, and I have 40. Okay, now look, it says your fruit grapes was added and data saved. So now, if I list fruit, that's in there. But the real test is what happens when I quit the program. So I quit the program, and before I was using the file storage, what would happen is if I started the program, I would go back to those original 3 fruit. But now, I've saved that file, and so when I start that program up, and I hit list fruit, grapes is still there. Okay, so now I have persistent file storage. So when I remove the fruit, FR3, kiwi was removed, data was saved, list fruit. You can see it's gone. I stop the program, I restart it. If I list that fruit, it's still gone. Okay, so that's it. So I went from a program that was kind of useless because every time I restarted the program, it lost all the data, to now a program that is pretty useful. And this was the big code edition. This one, where I'm saving the data, and right here where I am creating the data. But the funny thing about this is that, like I said, this code is only run one time. So if I find another way to create the data and just include the data file to start with, I don't even really need this. I would just open the pickle each time and load the data. This just makes it very user friendly, and it doesn't require me to do anything special to run that data. Okay, and then I'm saving the data every time I make a change to it. And that's it. So it's really pretty simple. And Pickle is very, very useful for creating a persistent file storage